What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA betting podcast. As you can see, Magic is running a little bit late, so I'm going to take the first 10 or 15 minutes of the podcast. Normally, we save some Q&A for the end, but if you guys have any questions, happy to field it in the beginning. I'm just going to chit-chat, give some general thoughts, maybe talk about the weeks from a betting perspective while we wait. What's up, man? Coming off a tough week last week. I had a few tough ones go against me. I got a really good number on Court McGee. Beat the closing line by like $0.50. Got knocked out in a minute. So that was not fun. Yeah, Magic is late, as I just mentioned. I kind of threw this on him last minute because I can't do tomorrow. So he's going to be 10 or 15 minutes late. Just going to answer any questions, talk about the last couple cards while we wait, do some recap. But yeah, had Court McGee go down real quick last week. Lost a split on Guram, which was frustrating because he was a decent sized underdog there. Thought he had a shot at getting him out of there in the first round, but Demir weathered the storm. And it really sucks because in round 3, I feel like that knee to the chest that Herb said was a knee to the face really could have ended up being what swayed the fight. I feel like if Guram landed some ground and pound in the last 20 or 30 seconds, that could have left an impression with the judges. But yeah, not one to cry over spilled milk, having a pretty good year still. Oh, wow. Can't believe that fight's next week already. I actually taped that the other day. But yeah, I think this is a pretty decent fight for Gary. Yeah, OAM. He got it done again. It was a really clean performance from him. Never was really in any danger against Manfio. I think podcast guests are 4-0 now after coming on. Would love to get him. Would love to get him on again soon. You guys heard it from Pony Smo for his Bellator play. I was disappointed win-loss too. He's tough, man, but that was probably Hawes' career best performance. It was funny, even when Wynn was getting beat up, I was like, he just has to crack Hawes once. He just has to crack Hawes once. And he did get his chances. He got some good shots in, but Hawes weathered the storm back, got it done. Wynn took a lot of damage on the way. Yeah, he lost. It happens, guys. Definitely happens. I'm interested to see what they do with him next. That was definitely, I'm sure, not in his plans. Let's see. We got any questions? Any questions, guys? Throw them in the chat now. If you're just joining, Magic's going to be a little bit late. Wanted to, that's funny. Someone said Ian Gary minus 145 with the eyes, and someone else is saying Gabe Green plus 135 with the eyes. I feel like there's going to be some two-way action on that fight. I'm actually looking forward to breaking that one down. I bet against Ian Gary in his first UFC fight. I bet on him in his second UFC fight. I actually saw both of those in person, so definitely have some thoughts there. You think your boy Sabatel can get a finish? I don't know. He's kind of a decision machine. I do think this is a really good matchup for him, though. I feel like he's going to roll in this spot. We've got Magic right now. Cool. Are you going to UFC Long Island? Yes, I will be there. Thank you. I got them this Christmas, so I definitely like having a background. Lightning series. I think they take care of business tonight. I played the over 2.5 team total, and here we go. What's up, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Yep. It's a little low.
It's better now.
Yeah, perfect. I was just answering a few questions. You were earlier than expected.
Yeah, I would like to clarify that this is entirely Andrew's fault
I said
for
that already.
for changing the schedule.
Yeah, I said that already. Don't worry. I said I threw this on you last second, but yeah, having a medical procedure done this weekend, so I have to prep for it tomorrow night. So here we are on
a penis reduction.
Oh man. We've got a. What do you think of the card this weekend?
I like it. It's a very good card for a fight night, I think. I won't be watching live. I think I may catch the co-main and the main event because it's really late here. I think it's 4 a.m. main card start here, so I think co-main and main are going to be like 6 a.m. Maybe I'm back because I'm going out Friday and Saturday. It's White Boy Summer.
They're doing it at the same time as a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure why, because this is in the Apex.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't like when they do that. I feel like the best is when they do like 4 p.m. prelims, main card 7. But nonetheless, we get into it with the first fight of the night. Vanessa Demopoulos is taking on Jinyu Frey. Frey about minus 265. Demopoulos plus 225. What do you got here?
Mhm. Vanessa Demopoulos, of course. Like, how don't you play her here inside the distance? She's plus 600. And I mean, I get that Demopoulos looked like shit against Aldrich, but Aldrich is a flyweight, much bigger and with good boxing. And Frey is kind of a fraud. She's obviously on all the gear. She's like 37 and she's a chemist or something like that. She works in an actual laboratory. She's not very good. She doesn't have a lot of power. She has chin issues, and Demopoulos is a fucking punching bag, but she can crack a little bit, and she just fights like a berserker. And Frey has some issues on the ground. If she hurts Demopoulos, she's going to. I don't know if she's going to follow her down. Her chin is shit. I honestly think Frey has a shit chin. This is an insane price on Demopoulos inside the distance, in my opinion. It's going to be 3 rounds of Demopoulos stalking this girl, and if she dies, she dies. But if someone dies, I think it's going to be Frey.
Almost just knocked over my water. Yeah, I feel like Frey should Moss has good missions, but outside of that, she's pretty limited as a fighter. She doesn't really have the wrestling to get fights to the ground with any consistency. Technically on the feet, she's about as bad as they get, but she's extremely durable. She tries. People laugh when I say she tries hard. I'm trying to think of nice things to say about her. Yeah, she's good jujitsu. She doesn't have the wrestling to get it there. Her striking's not great. I feel like Frey should win this fight. I don't hate Frey decision at like plus 100. I don't hate if you're gonna play Demopoulos. I feel like the submission prop's probably the way to go. Not
Demopoulos
great.
can't really change levels, but she mongoloids her way into finishes. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to happen. She's going to drag you into the fucking mood and, and out mongoloid you there. Like, if you crack her, no worries. She's waiting for you with the fucking armbar. She's hilarious.
Yeah, I had Suarez earlier this year. She knocked her down, and I was like, okay, great. And then she got armbarred, and I was like, you got to be
But
kidding me.
I told you that was going to happen here. I told
Yeah,
you exactly that was going to happen. She
you did
also
say
wanted
that.
she wanted Joe Rogan to smash so bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not has nothing to do with my shoulder. That's never getting fixed, unfortunately. Thank you, John. We appreciate it, buddy. Guys, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do so. Next up, Brian Kelleher taking on Mario Batista. Batista minus 170, Kelleher plus 145. There was a point in time where I was betting every single Brian Kelleher fight to a T. Like I think I had like 8 bets in a row on or against him. I just had a really good feel for his fights. And then lately, I haven't had as great of a feel for it. Not that I've been losing bets on him or against him. I just haven't had as much strong takes. I don't really have a super strong take here. If you put a gun to my head, I would say he's probably the side, but I don't feel super passionate about it. What do you think?
I generally like Kelleher. He's a dog, but last fight I took a small shot at him against against Tumar Nurmagomedov, and I'm not going to say that he quit, but that was a very strange sequence, man. Like, he gave up his back and then his neck, like in 20 seconds. Like, he literally gave it up. I didn't understand that. Here, I think Bautista is a pretty solid spot here. Like, I parlayed Bautista. I think he's a very high percentage winner in this spot. I think Kelleher has to hurt him or to find some sort of guillotine choke or a submission in transition, something like that. And Bautista is bigger. He looks on all the juice. Like, he looks in insane shape. He pushes a crazy pace. He's more durable than Kelleher. He has looked extremely durable outside of getting murked by Trevin Jones, but Trevin Jones is like a mysterious fighter. I don't know. He's capable of the best and the worst. I think Bautista is solid here. He's going to push the pace, punish Kelleher in the clinch, elbows against the fence. He's the bigger man, and he's going to use it. You know what you are getting with Bautista. I think he's a solid prospect. As I said, I parlayed him. And I also played Bautista late small. I have played it a couple times. I have come up short, but very close a couple times on Bautista late against Perrin and against this other fight against this guy that gasses every time, the wrestler. I forgot his name, man. Like Castañeda got him real bad.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a fraud.
I know exactly who you're thinking of. It's literally on the
Yeah,
tip of my tongue. He just
but
fought
yeah,
in like February, right?
yeah, his last fight. And I played fight ends by submission small. I feel like Kelleher, if Kelleher wins, is a submission at a high clip. I know this sounds so stupid, and when Kelleher gets finished, he tends to get submitted or hurt and submitted. So I'm kind of covering myself if that makes any sense. But yeah, I like
Miles
Bautista late.
John?
Yeah, Miles Jones. Thank you, Lux.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I literally just looked it up too. Next up, we've got Cody Durden taking on JP Bays. I like the under 2.5 here. Fight doesn't go the distance. Both these guys are pretty liable to get finished. I think Bays has been knocked down 7 times in 5 rounds in the UFC or something like that. I don't know why the under 2.5 is plus 130. I think that's a pretty solid spot. As for a prediction, I slightly into Durden, but not a super strong take. I feel like if either one of these guys gets on top, they're going to have a shot to go to work on the feet. Both are open to getting cracked. So I think this fight just screams under. I know they're small on the smaller side weight wise. These weight classes don't always produce a ton of finishes, but I do think this is a good spot for it. What do you have here?
Yeah, fight doesn't go the distance. I have it big in another parlay. Why is this plus money? I got
Yeah.
plus 100. It doesn't make any sense to me. GP buys or whatever his name is. All his wins have come inside the distance. And and Durden has a lot of finishes himself and gasses horribly. Like if he doesn't finish his fights early, he gasses horribly. Vice kind of gasses himself, but I think he's the better wrestler. Maybe not wrestler, but the better overall grappler for sure. Durden has an insane ability to get submitted himself. I don't know, man. I like Vice. I think the price for his inside the distance line doesn't make any sense compared to his money line. He has a 100% finishing rate, so why not? I actually think he's going to get a submission round 1 or round 2. Like get him down, pass, get the back, and pound him out or get a submission. I think it's going to be a submission. But
Did you
yeah,
see?
doesn't go looks like a solid spot.
Did you see my tweet about the DraftKings prop that they have for this fight?
No, I have not been very active on Twitter lately.
You'll like this. DraftKings has a promotion for this fight. It says, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth. JP Bays to win by KO, TKO in rounds 1 or 2 plus 550."
Is this real?
Yeah.
Keep my man. That's not very classy by DraftKings.
Yeah. That's
Like if I tweet it,
ruthless.
okay, it's a joke, but it's like a huge bookie. What are they doing? That can't be real.
Yeah, and they
Somebody's
have one
getting
for
fired.
they have one for the Paiva fight too. It says Sean O'Malley's son, Raulian Paiva to win by KO, TKO in rounds 1 or 2. So DraftKings is definitely getting a little wild this week. Next up, speaking of Raulian, I don't even know how to say his name. Raulian Paiva taking on Sergey Morozov. I could kick us off here. I like Morozov. I was on him last fight too. He was beating Day Andrade pretty bad. Almost finished the fight. Andrade came back and won. So I think this is a pretty good buy low spot on Morozov. Paiva used to be a 25er. I think he was the beneficiary of Kyler Phillips gassing. I just think he's going to get this one done. I think he's fine on the feet. I think he's all the wrestling upside, the grappling upside. I think he should be a little bit wider here. I bet him. So we'll wait till he finds a way to mess this one up too.
Yeah, I agree. I parlayed Morozov. I don't know why the line is so close. I don't understand. I think he's like minus 300 here, something like that. He has all the grappling upside, and I think he has the better stand up. Like he's going to. Paiva is very hittable, and I don't think he really belongs in this division. Like he benefited of Phillips fighting like a complete idiot. Like Phillips could have won that fight super easily or finished the fight super easily, and he decided to turn into Jackie Chan when he had his man hurt. Okay, man, it cost him the fight. Sorry, He fought like an idiot. Probably deserved to win the decision, but he fought like a complete idiot. He did that to himself. And in his last fight, O'Malley just smoked the guy. Like I think he's a good fighter at flyweight, but not at bantamweight. At bantamweight, he's not a contender or anything like that. I think Morozov is safe here. Unless he gets clipped with some counter or something, I think he's going to carry the day, push the pace, land the damage, land the takedowns, control time. I think he's more than fine here.
Yeah, next up, I'm going to have a tough time pronouncing this one. Shylon Nordenbeek is taking on TJ Brown. TJ Brown minus 210, Shylon plus 175. Talk to me. What do we have here?
I have a lot of TJ Brown. I parlayed his money line and I have him inside the distance. Do I feel comfortable being this big on TJ Brown? Not really, because he's a complete idiot. No disrespect, but yeah, this other guy doesn't belong in the UFC. Like Josh Kulibau, okay, now he beat the Korean guy. Now he's the greatest thing ever. But Josh Kulibau is not that great. Yeah, he had nothing for Kulibau, and he beat Soriano, but Soriano is like an all-time bad wrestler. And it still looked pretty bad while getting the win. You know what I mean? The grappling wasn't really good or anything. It was a complete mess. It's just that Soriano, for some reason, has been doing MMA for 20 years and has no idea how to grapple. It's kind of wild. Yeah, that's why he lost. I think TJ Brown came out against Danny Chavez and decided that he was not going to wrestle for some reason and let Chavez kick his leg for 2 rounds and then he was fucked. But he's the way, way, way better fighter here. He should ragdoll this guy grappling wise, do whatever he wants on top, get a finish. Like if he comes out grappling, he wins by default. This is an easy fight for him. If he loses this, he should be sent to the gulag or something. TJ Brown by arm triangle. I'm picking the method of victory and the type of submission. I'm probably going to bet it if I can get it. Arm triangle. If the price is like all right, not plus 300.
Yeah, I'm picking TJ Brown as well. Not as confidently as you. I feel like Shylon could have some success early, but I feel like overall TJ Brown is just the better MMA fighter. Shylon has shown some cardio issues in the past. His striking's not that good. I do think TJ Brown is probably going to get his hand raised here. But like you touched on, not in love with laying this price tag on him. So I'll probably look for a live entry after a round or so. Hopefully Shylon starts to gas like he did a couple fights ago.
He's really bad.
Yeah. The next fight is Carlos Ulberg taking on Tayfon Nchukwi. I've heard the lines moved on this one a lot. Carlos Ulberg opened up like minus 140, and he's now the underdog on Bet Online. Tayfon Nchukwi minus 115. I don't know. I didn't see it. I'm picking Ulberg to win with very, very little confidence. It really depends on how he approaches this fight. It's like, I don't know. He fought against Kennedy. He went berserk, gassed himself out, ended up losing. Last fight, he fought more patient, but he was getting no resistance from the water buffalo. So it's kind of hard to gauge for me. I'm not necessarily looking for anything here. I'm picking Ulberg to win. I think Nchukwi's a little too hittable. And Nchukwi probably does have the better gas tank, but I don't know how relevant it's going to be here. He doesn't necessarily put a pace on people. So I say all that to say the pick is Ulberg. The confidence is slim to none. Curious what you have here.
I have been vocal a lot of times about thinking Tayfon is a fraud. People were acting like this guy was the black Badr Hari or something. He's horrible. He's slow. He cannot grapple. He's kind of durable. He was winning his last fight against another fraud, but then got fucking killed. Okay, shit happens. It's a fight. Ulberg is kind of a fraud himself. This should be for the fraud weight belt. Like Ulberg is a great athlete, and he has done kickboxing in the past, this and that. He's fast for the division. He's big. He has long reach, but I don't think he is this killer people think he is, because he knocked out this Brazilian that I forgot his name on Contenders that has no chin, really, if you are familiar with him.
I don't remember.
I think Ulberg is going to play it safe again. I think he learned his lesson getting knocked out silly, because if he plays that Kennedy fight safe, he runs away with the fight.
Yeah.
At 30-27, no problem. He played it safe against the Water Buffalo, and I think Ulberg by decision here plus 375. It's a very good bet. He's not going to exchange with Tayfon, who is durable, and he's not going to blow Tayfon out of the water or something. I would be surprised if he comes out and just destroys the guy or falls him. I bet Ulberg by decision small. I know I'm betting decisions lately, but I have to get one before quitting. Like I've been fucking robbed the last 8 or something like that. So yeah.
Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to leave a like too. We're just under 100 live viewers right now. So guys, if you could take a second right now to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate it. We like doing this, and we're here every week. This is episode 35. Can't believe how fast it's gone. We appreciate all of you. Definitely looking to cash some bets this weekend after a slow weekend last weekend. And let's start right here with Rodolfo Vieira taking on Chris Curtis. This is my favorite bet of the card. I think Rodolfo Vieira a year or two ago would have been a big favorite against Chris Curtis. Curtis used to fight at 170. He's shown the deficiency in his grappling game in the past. Andre Fialho took him down. Magomed, that's hard to say. Magomed Karamov took him down a bunch of times. I think Rodolfo Vieira is definitely the side here. I think he should be the favorite. I bet him. I don't hate if you're into props, betting inside the distance. I feel like he's going to win this fight. So all in on Rodolfo. My comment this week is probably going to be Vieira or Homeless. So it's a little sneak peek into that. What do you got on this?
I'm surprised that you are betting Vieira. This
Really?
didn't look like an Andrew Gombas bet.
You don't think?
Like an Andrew Gombas spot.
Huh.
Yeah, I've got a hot take here. Like why is the doesn't go the distance line minus 500 or minus 600? Fight goes the distance is like plus 470. Something like that last time I checked.
Yeah, plus 475 on Bet Online.
The thing is, I agree with a lot of the things you said. Curtis, I get that he has got a couple knockouts in the UFC, but it was against Phil Hose that has absolutely no chin. And Brendan Allen, who can't box, but he thinks he's a boxer, and he got knocked out like an idiot. Yeah, he doesn't have a good chin either. Historically, he's not a huge finisher or anything. He has
No.
like half of his wins by knockout because he has very good boxing and can punch a little bit. But he's not like this super puncher or anything. He gets people late as the fight progresses. And here I see like three possible scenarios. Vieira is Vieira is going to dictate what happens in round 1 for sure. Like scenario number 1 is Vieira comes out super hot grappling and tries to finish the fight. But Curtis is really difficult to finish. I mean, Vieira is a crazy level of jiu-jitsu if he gets on top of you.
Yeah.
Like highest level. But Curtis is really difficult to finish. And Anthony Hernandez showed that if you can defend an arm triangle and not give up your back, you can be safe with Vieira. It was kind of not exposing, but that wasn't a good look. So yeah, that's scenario number 1. If Vieira doesn't finish the fight, he's going to be in deep shit late. Number 2 is he comes out striking and strikes this out like he did last time. Who knows what happens? And number 3 is he comes out striking but mixes in the takedowns and tries to steal 2 rounds. You know what I mean? I got fucking robbed. Full disclosure, Malcolm by decision plus 800 was the best bet of the year. I got fucking robbed. And I don't care what anyone thinks, that was a fucking robbery. But I'm coming back with a vengeance. Chris Curtis by decision plus 1200. How the fuck is this plus 1200? Like Curtis inside the distance is minus money. What are we seeing here? This doesn't make any sense. I think the first round is going to be sketchy, but he's going to take over as the fight progresses. And as bad as Vieira gassed in the past, he showed that he has a fucking chin. Against Anthony Hernandez, he looked like you could hit the guy in the head with a fire extinguisher and he would be all right. It was kind of crazy. He was hitting naked kicks in the face.
He's on all the juice.
Chris Curtis by decision plus 1200, insane line in my opinion. And Chris Curtis in round 3 or decision plus 500, I like that a lot too. I'm getting payback from Malcolm here. He went down, but Malcolm worked so Curtis could run.
I still haven't seen that fight. Thanks, bro. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that one, but yeah, I like Vieira here. I just feel it. I don't know, man. Chris Curtis had a couple good breaks in his first couple fights. Like I would still make Phil Hawes a good size favorite against him if they ran that back. Like he's just a little
Against
bit
Curtis?
chinny. Yeah,
I don't think so. I think Curtis
dude.
wins that fight every time.
No way. I mean, even if the like Hawes from this weekend fought Curtis, like he wins pretty good. Like
Bro,
a
I
pretty
haven't
high
seen the
clip.
fight, but like I only watched from the Guram fight on because I was out. I
Yeah,
bet Deron and I heard he got killed. I watched
yeah.
the highlights and Deron was fucking dying and still landing on him. Like, and that was
Dude, Hawes.
Deron, you know? He's a
I
fucking
was
hobbit.
saying, I bet win too, and I was saying, people are like, "Oh, why didn't win wrestle?" And I'm like, I kind of wanted him to keep striking because Hawes is gonna outland him, and then Wynn's gonna land one shot. And Hawes actually looked, his chin looked a lot better. His durability looked good. Of course, his durability looks good when we bet
Nah, he
against
has
him.
like
But
maybe not the worst, but one of the worst chins in the UFC. Like the punch he got knocked out by last time was comical. It was
yeah.
nothing. And he was fucking dancing in the octagon.
um, Nate Manis versus Umar Nurmagomedov. Are you taking the shot on Nate Manis or what? The people want to
Nate
know.
Maness, the leader of the free world. Bro, this line is insane. Like, how can you play Nurmagomedov minus 11,000? Minus 1100, sorry. Not 1,000. Minus 1100. This line is out of control. We have talked about Dumar a lot of times here. I think he has fought 2 times since we started doing the podcast. And I always said the same thing. Like, I remember watching him at the M1 in Europe, and I was thinking, this guy is not athletic, this guy sucks, this guy is not going to go anywhere. I was wrong. He has developed into a pretty good fighter. I think he's kind of not a weight bully because if you make weight, you make weight. I think weight bully is a stupid word, but
Yeah, me too.
he uses his size and his grappling and gets people out of there. Thank you.
Thanks, bro. We appreciate it a lot.
But I don't think he's the second coming of Jesus Christ or anything. He's a good fighter that has a lot of upside, but people are acting like he's going to run over the division, and I don't agree at all. And Nate Maness is the fucking leader of the free world this week. I have to take a little shot inside the distance plus 1200. It's ridiculous. Come on, man. Maness can get you from anywhere. No, I played him small inside the distance, like 1 unit plus 1200, and doesn't go the distance. Looks super solid to me. I
What
parlayed
is
that
it?
big. I got minus 170. If you are going to play Umar, I think you play him by submission plus 100.
Me too.
But he's going to get knocked out.
Yeah, I'm not ready to crown him the next champ or anything. I'm not that high on Manus. I think the Kelleher fight was actually really impressive. I had the over in that, and I was like, man, I don't know. Like
That guy's
it
right.
just didn't
I saw
expect
that
it.
too. Like
What?
there was a time that Daniel Cormier was coaching a team of high school wrestlers. He got some very good ones. Like Chase Date, that guy is going to be good. And he paired Umar with some high school kid, like another fucking hobbit, like a kid that I would and he would die. And he was fucking mopping the floor with him.
Oh, really?
It was insane.
Did you see who was it? Bilal Muhammad was wrestling with Roman Bravo Young the other day.
No, bro. In my life in general, I try to watch the least Belal Muhammad as possible. You know, I already have to watch his fights.
Yeah, I'm with you there. No argument from me.
He
But yeah,
who
Roman
won? Who
Bravo
won?
Young and him were wrestling the other day.
He will be too big for Roman Bravo Young, probably.
In wrestling, I don't know. Like they weren't going 100%, but Roman Bravo Young was kind of doing whatever he wanted.
Bravo Young is like 135, right? Or
Yeah,
155?
30,
135.
135. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched him last time. He's real good. I was saying when they were wrestling that I hope he transitions because I think his style is going to work very well in MMA.
Yeah, he's
He's late.
fast, good footwork. Next up, Thiago Moises versus Christos Giagos. Last time we had Alvarez by submission, which still stings to this day.
But we had a lot of inside the distance and money line. Like I was all
I
right.
didn't.
I told you.
I just
I
had
was saying, oh,
submission.
this guy's a striker, and you were like, no way. Armbar.
I think Sabatello could beat Ngannou. Yeah, have some Bellator this weekend. We'll touch on it later. But what do you got
Sabatel.
for Giagos versus Moises?
Like I was looking at this line, and Thiago Moises was a bigger favorite against Joel Alvarez than against Christos Giagos. Like what are we watching here? And Moises inside the distance is favored big time over his decision line. Moises has finished one fight in the UFC, right? Like the heel hook against Johnson. I don't know if it was a heel hook. It was like like an Achilles lock or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I played Moises by decision. I'm playing a lot of decisions lately. I mean, maybe I'm going insane or something. But
I
Moises by
said that was going to
decision
happen.
plus 200 range. I got plus 240, but it's plus 200 now. That's good. Like, and Giagos is like a fucking idiot. He's going out and saying in every press interview that he's going out and trying to bleach Moises like Alvarez did. Like, I don't know. Maybe this is the art of deception, like George Cambosos, but I don't think giving up your game plan is a great idea. Going into a fight,
Yeah.
Moises is not. I mean, Giagos kind of gasses and can get submitted, and Moises is a legit jiu-jitsu player, but I think Moises by decision is a solid spot at that price.
Yeah, I don't hate it. My only concern is that sometimes Giagos kind of, like you said, blitzes and starts fast. Moises, I know Giagos has had some cardio concerns in the past, but I don't really think Moises is the guy to necessarily put a pace on him. I don't know. I guess Moises by decision is a solid prop. I'm picking Moises to win. I think the line's about right, but was kind of hoping for a closer line when the fight got announced, like minus
I
150
bet
would have
him
been nice.
by decision. So Giagos is going to win a split, or he's going to get knocked out and knockout of the year.
I think the Australians finally got magic. Yeah, that's a good one. Next up, oh guys, we got the main event. Alan Badeau taking on Josh Parisian. I'm on Badeau. I didn't think I would have a bet on this fight. I think he's gonna win. I think Badeau struggles against grapplers. Parisian is not that guy. I think Badeau is gonna win this fight, and so no matter how sloppy it is, I bet him at -110 or whatever it was. Do you have anything on this fight?
No, I think this guy that's Moises is a guy who maybe only hits pads. I was thinking about that too, but I think he's like malformed. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he can punch you up close because his back is like this. I don't think he can throw an uppercut close or something like that. Yeah, he has very awkward striking because his hands are good when he lets them go, but it's almost like he has to be attacking or defending. He cannot counter or anything. It's very awkward. Yeah, Joel Alvarez make him his fucking son. I don't know if he's going to be the same. I hope he's shy and wins 29-28. Yeah, this fight, man. Why is this fight so up in the card? Like
It's
it's
a
with 3 to go,
mega
right?
fight.
Yeah. I have nothing here. I think Baudot is going to win, but I would rather shoot myself in the head than bet on this guy.
Come on, man. Have
I
some
wish you
fun.
good luck, but this is maybe Baudot sleeps on a banana and he dies
Let's
because
have some
Parisian is
fun.
like 300 pounds. What if he gets on top and starts using fat jitsu?
Yeah, then I'm screwed.
Baudot is real bad, man. On the feet, he should win this, but Parisian is like, how do you say this in English? Like obnoxious. You know what I mean? He's going to be on your face, trying to clinch, dying from a heart attack because he's fat, but he's on top of you. Not on top, but oh, you have to carry his weight. And Baudot is faster and has a little bit of a punch, but he's kind of trash. I'm disrespecting a lot of fighters this episode. No disrespect. They are just not very good. For
Hey,
UFC standards, sorry.
it's not our fault they're not good, right?
Yeah, trying harder.
The last two fights, we actually do have some good fighters. Shavkat Rakhmonov taking on Neil Magny in the co-main event. Shavkat minus 400. I know this is a guy you're high on. Are you backing him here?
Man, this looks like shit. We need a makeup artist or something. Like the real shows. I have to perform surgery on myself. Life and death surgery. It was a success, but I'm recovering. Yeah, Rakhmonov, the Shavkat, is the truth. One of my guys. He's one of my favorite fighters. I always say the same about him too. He has fought twice after we started the pod. I understand the issues or the concerns people had when he signed because in some of his regional fights he spent time on bottom and he was happy to play guard. But massive welterweight, probably the biggest hitter in the division. Like the power is scary. It's like thunder when he hits people. The sound is scary. Some Golovkin shit. And yeah, Magny is. I know people are going to bet Magny. Some people for sure. I think Rakhmonov is going to kill him. Honestly, I don't think Magny is going to be able to wrestle him. I actually think Rakhmonov is the most difficult fight for Chimaev in the division because he has a great understanding of clinch positions, underhooks, um, withers, etc., etc. He's great at that. Great balance, big. He's so good. That guy is right. His ground and pound may be the best in the UFC. It's insane. Like he does it so easily, like so effortlessly, and it's hard punches. I think Magny is going to get hurt and submitted. I parlayed Rakhmonov inside the distance. That line is going to get hit. I think it's going to go even lower.
What are the odds?
What?
What are the odds?
Minus 135. I
That's
think
not
that's
bad. I
that's
actually
going
would take a look at that.
Yeah, he has 15 finishes in 15 wins. Like in 15 finishes in 15 fights, never been to round 3, I think. And I was going to play Rakhmonov by submission, but fight ends by submission is basically the same price. It's like plus 325 and plus 300. So I played ends by submission plus 300. Magny gets hurt, but he doesn't die. He's kind of dying, but never actually dies. You know, you have to submit the guy. So I think Rakhmonov is going to catch his neck.
Thanks,
yeah,
Patty. We appreciate it.
But for sure, a lot of people are going to love Magny. If you are going to play Magny by a split decision is plus 1600. I think that's kind of insane because which type of fight is Magny winning here? Magny is not going to come out and fucking out kickbox this guy or something. He's going to make it dirty, get hit in round 1, etc., etc. That is an insane line, but yeah, I think he's going to die. If Magny beats this guy, I'm going to fucking hate Magny for life. His fights are horrible. I also had Griffin plus 240 against Magny. That was another fun one to lose. Fuck Magny.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50. I'm like half in and half out on the whole Shavkat thing. Like, I do think he's good, and I think this is a good fight for him. I think he's going to win this fight clean. But I don't know. Like, I don't think – like, I know a lot of people call him and Chimaev like the 1A and 1B of the division. I think Chimaev would beat him bad. Like, I'm not ready to call Shavkat like a top 5 guy yet. I'm just not. I think he's good, but I don't know.
You're so wrong about this guy, Andrew.
Am I though? Like, it's not really. I'm not saying like he sucks. Like, I think he's gonna win this fight pretty easily, but I think he's not. I think people are jumping the gun a little bit on him. He does have a high ceiling. I need to see more from him. So
I think he beats Usman tomorrow.
Like, to me, that's just jumping
in one round.
Okay,
I'm serious.
How though? Like, what
do you
like
think?
Because
Usman wouldn't take him down.
I think Usman would cook him, dude. Like I haven't seen any. Like, he beat Michael Prazeres. Like, he beat 5'2" Michael Prazeres.
Be looking at the lights. This guy is an insane striker, man. He's long. He has good timing. The power is scary. Like, Usman made Colby look like a good striker twice.
He is a good
takes
striker.
A lot of talent. You know what I mean?
That's a crazy take to me. Like, I don't know what you've seen that makes you think that Shavkat kills Chimaev.
I love Chimaev, but a huge amount of his success in fights comes from clinch positions. Like, he was abusing Jing Liang from that position. But you see the Barnes fight, there were a lot of times in that position. It's not the same when people have a better understanding of the position. Chimaev has every takedown in the book, but his go-to is clinch position. And Rakhmonov looks very, very well schooled there, and he's big. I think a lot of people will be shocked in that fight.
I would happily bet Chimaev on that. You guys could clip this, save it, because maybe we get it someday. But the main event, this is another fight. 2 guys who you've been talking about for a while, who I think a lot of people in the MMA community are high on. Arman Tsarukyan all the way out to minus 300 now versus Mateusz Gamrot. What do you got? You got anything here or what?
Yeah, this minus 300. Yeah, you are right. I'm very surprised about this line. Like, when the fight got announced, I was thinking they are going to open it evens and let people figure it out. You know, that kind of fight. I think it's 50-50 fight or close to that. I'm very surprised by the line. Like, makes no sense to me. These are my two favorite prospects, if you can call them prospect. Or, I mean, I don't know if they are not prospects anymore, but future contenders or players in the division for the years to come. These two and Alvarez, and they made it all fight each other. Like if Gamrot loses, are they going to meet Gamrot versus Alvarez just to fuck with me or something? I hate this fight. I love Arman. I have said before that Arman may be the best lightweight in the world with Makhachev, and we don't know it. I think this is the fight that is going to answer all the questions about these two. But I mean, the price looks stupid to me. I took Gamrot in money line plus 240. Like I think it's like a 50-50 fight. Tsarukyan never been past 3 rounds. Gamrot has been 5. And I'm surprised also by the finishing upside the market is giving both of them. I think Gamrot has more finishing upside than him in this fight, both on the feet and on the ground. I understand that Tsarukyan has the control time upside or something like that, but Gamrot is not the guy you want to be grappling with. Like, he's a fucking awkward high-level grappler. He's dangerous on bottom. He's dangerous on top. He never stops. He never stops moving. Very awkward striking. I have no idea what is going to happen really, but I think Gamrot can clip him on the feet. I think if Tsarukyan has to answer any question, it may be about his chin too. He got knocked out pretty bad in the beginning of his career, like knocked out cold. And Frebola kind of rocked him a little bit. I didn't like that. But yeah, I think if Tsarukyan wins this decisively, he's the next contender for sure, at least for me. Like the future champion, the future ruler of the division. But I think Gamrot has a very, very good chance. Like 50-50 fight, honestly. I'm playing the value. I kind of feel Gamrot is going to clip him.
Yeah, I favor Arman. I feel like his size is going to be a problem for Gamrot here, especially down the stretch. I have zero interest in laying this kind of price. I didn't even like the early price of minus 225 on Arman, but like you said, it's like we haven't really seen Gamrot look weak in any positions, really. He lost the split to Guram. It was a good fight. Guram's a really good fighter. He's a good grappler. He's good cardio. So, like, where's the hole in his game?
I've said for a lot of time that when they give Gamrot a 5-round fight, it's going to be a problem if he can keep that pace for a lot of people. Now is the time to prove it. He did it at KSB. Yeah, exactly. And Tsarukyan, in the past, he looked like he gassed, but he seems to have addressed those cardio issues. He has a fucking good doctor, I'm telling you. Like, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but the guy is a fucking massive lightweight, and he missed in Fight Island against Frebola.
Yeah.
And then his body has changed. But on Fight Night, he looks exactly the same. It's kind of insane. That guy has the best of the best. Like, the best juice available, I guarantee you that he has it. His family, he's insanely rich. Like, this guy is not fighting for money. He's fighting for legacy or honor or whatever. It must be the shit if you are Russian or Armenian and, oh, I'm the champion of the world. I was already rich, but now I can beat you up too. Yeah, he's insanely rich. He's always driving Lambos, and he's always wearing clothes that are like 6 figures. He always has 6 figures on him. He doesn't give a shit.
I'm looking forward to this one, but I'm picking Arman. No bet for me. I don't hate the inside the distance. I feel like they're gonna put a pace on over 5 rounds. I haven't played it, but I feel like that's not a terrible look at even money.
I'm just upset that we don't know more about Tsarukyan. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm not sure if he's going to be like this fucking monster, like a lightweight GSP, or he's. And I thought the Joel Alvarez fight was a good measuring stick, but he broke his ribs 20 seconds in. And I know people are going to say, oh, it's a biased opinion because they bet Alvarez. I think you bet him too, right?
Yeah.
They bet Alvarez big, whatever. Man, Alvarez was done. The fight should have been pulled in the corner. I think the inside the distance lines are very influenced by that finish, but Alvarez was fucking dying and then he got cut horribly. I would like to watch that fight again. Or Alvarez against Darius or something like that. I talked about this. I want to know to which extent his grappling is legit. That fight wasn't anything. Have you seen Alvarez on social media? Now he has like a fucking bump on his body where he broke the rib.
No, I didn't see.
He has like a fucking, when people broke some rib and then it's like pointing out. 20 seconds in.
Yeah, that was not fun.
Yeah, he said he was like dying.
I'm putting together my Lambo parlay right now. Do you have yours ready?
Yeah, but I don't remember it. I played it before. But a banger for sure. Should be minus 200.
All right, I got mine. I'll go first. Okay, let's see. Jin Frey wins by decision. JP Bai's fight does not go to decision. Morozov money line. Adolfo Vieira money line. Alan Badeau money line. Shavkat inside the distance. And last leg is a Bellator bet. Pam Sorensen, 100 to win, 14.3K.
You are fading Zingano?
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
She's about to be 40.
She's only 39.
Yeah,
Entering
she
her
turns
prime
40 next month.
against the young prospect Pam Sorensen at 36.
Yeah.
Great fight.
Yeah. I just feel like there's no way that line could be right. Like the last two girls Zingano fought were literally soccer and a whole breath and she mounted
And
by Holloway.
I had 1,000 on Zingano minus 300. That fight that she was like minus 1,000 at
Yeah,
closing
I
line.
remember.
And then she got mounted in the last round. I was having like a stroke. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Okay, I have Chris Curtis by decision, GP Vice inside the distance, TJ Brown inside the distance, and Thiago Moises by decision. 45 to win, 24,800.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing on your boy.
This is the time we are getting it back with Curtis by decision.
I hope not, dude. I'd be bummed. I mean, Sabatello's minus 500, so what could I really have on him? Someone
If,
asked me to read
if
it for
Sabatello
me.
gets a finish, no, I mean not a finish, but if Sabatello wins is he in the GP? Like he's in the run for the title? If he wins it, you have to dye your hair blonde like him.
Dude,
Bet?
no way.
Oh come on, the chat needs
I
to
would
help me.
never do that.
You said
Never.
on Twitter that you will do it if I don't remember what.
I said no on Twitter. You asked me that before on Twitter too, and I said no then.
Yeah, you said if something happens, I will dye my hair like Danny Sabatello. You should. I think it will look good on you. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Evelyn too. I don't want to get into it too much because I just
You like Evelyn against the Moose?
Yeah, I know you probably don't like that. You love the Moose.
No, Mousas is going to kill him. I have not bet anything yet, but I'm going to whatever I bet for Bellator and PFL, I will post tomorrow or on Friday because I will be out on Friday too, so I'm not going to watch anything. Yeah, we have not met yet, but we will. Andrew said he's coming to Spain. I'm waiting.
Barcelona, baby. I
got
Morozov, Adolfo Vieira, Pam Sorensen, Alan Badeau, Rachmanov inside distance, Frey decision, 100 to win, 14.5K. I like Evelyn. I didn't bet the Vanderford fight. Dumbest bet. It's hard to tell. Didn't he get hurt? Like, didn't he hurt his shoulder like 30 seconds in?
That was insane. I had Musas inside the distance and the guy just like died. I was like, this was so easy.
Not really. Like I try not to have too much of an attachment to anyone.
And Andrew wants to look like a great person on here, but he hates Belal with all his heart. He hates Belal Muhammad. Like for real hate. I don't really hate any fighter. Andrew hates Belal Muhammad. I really dislike Rose Namajunas. It's not hate. I don't hate anyone. I don't even hate people in real life. I don't think. Hate is a strong word, but if the closest to hate without being hate, Rose Namajunas for sure. Like she's fucking unbearable, man. I don't know why people like her. She has like a huge fan base. Why?
Yeah, she does.
I also dislike Bobby Green. Everybody likes him. I also dislike Cerrone.
Bobby Green is gonna ruin Jim Miller, dude. I'm not looking forward to that.
If by ruin you mean win a split behind the jab, maybe.
I don't know. I think he's gonna land like 1,000 punches and probably finish him.
I mean, yeah, he got one finish. The one time he wasn't supposed to get a finish, but
I was at
he
that
just
fight.
makes things much closer than they would. Yeah, he should fuck up Miller at this point, but I don't know. I hope he doesn't. I really like Jim Miller.
Yeah, all these PFL lines like minus 400. I looked into a lot of Bellator this week, not a ton of PFL, but they changed half the card anyway, so I'm kind of glad I didn't. How many value?
One. Bobby Green is one. I mean, I don't think everyone has understood this correctly. The Bobby Greens are measured between 0 and 1. 1 is the absolute. And only Bobby Green has 1 every time he fights because he's always the best value against anyone. Always the best value. 1 Bobby Green. And then the rest of people between 0 and 1. The maximum for someone that is not Bobby Green is 0.99. Someone was very close lately with 0.9.2 according to my Bobby Green algorithm.
Who was it?
I can't remember. It was last card, right? Or 2 cards ago. I don't know. Yeah,
trying to
Cerrone is a
remember.
clown. I don't like Cerrone at all. You know that everyone pretends that Cerrone is like this poor kid that became a millionaire through fighting, but he comes from a good family.
Who?
I bet you didn't know that. Like
Wait,
a
who
UFC
does?
insider like me.
Wait, you said Bobby Green?
No, Donald Cerrone.
Oh no, I
He
didn't
comes
know
from
that.
he comes from a good family, like a money. No, I don't know if rich, but a family with money. And his parents were just fucking sick of his idiot ass. I would be too. And they sent him with his grandma. He's always talking about his grandma.
Yeah.
And people pretend that Cerrone was like a foster care child or something. No, he was just an idiot.
What else we got, guys? Any last questions? We'll be back again next week, probably on Thursday, I think.
No,
We'll see.
Malkun decision. No, bro. People don't understand the Bobby Greens is when there is no real value. Malkun was like the best value all year. It was a fucking robbery, but that was plus 800. That was insane. That was a great bet. A Bobby Green is when
I haven't
a
seen
bet.
it.
A Bobby Green is when a bet seems like people pretend it has value, but it doesn't. Like Bobby Green. Bobby Green could be
Like
minus
Neil
400.
Magny. Like Neil Magny.
Yeah, Neil Magny is solid Bobby Greens here. That's it.
What else? Let's see. Cowboys grandpa bone.
Rank based on tailing. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, maybe ask me before this weekend. But after this weekend, I sorry, but I don't know.
I'll write this one down so we can answer it next time.
Right now, I would say Rakhmonov and Tsarukyan tied, then Gamrot, and then Umar. Like I don't think Umar is Jesus Christ like people think. I think he's good, but he's not Khabib. He's not Khabib.
Very few are. Any boxing this weekend? I'll let you guys know if I have anything.
I don't even know. There is like a big YouTuber boxing event here in Spain.
Really?
Yeah, there's this one guy called Ibai that is very famous worldwide, and they are making YouTubers box. There is a singer fighting one YouTuber too, and there are lines. I'm kind of liking one of them. Minus 110. I'm serious.
You need to do like a big breakdown thread on Twitter.
Bro, he's fighting a singer that is 40 years old, and this guy is 26 and massive and has boxed before. I think this is a lock. Any
Do you
news
think
on
we can get
Joel?
lines here too?
Betway has lines.
I don't have that. And I downloaded Betway one time, and it doesn't have the same lines as like the Euro Betway. They use different lines.
Joel Alvarez is fighting in the UFC Paris card or in Abu Dhabi after that. One of those two for sure. Breaking news.
Literally. Breaking news, first reported.
Yeah, that was a good one. I should have bet a lot more than I did, honestly. That doesn't usually happen. I'm like, I shouldn't have bet that much. That was the other way. Better be a fucking smoked him. Yeah, that was a good call. Smith never had a chance.
Yeah, we put this together last minute, so appreciate you all joining. Magic, appreciate you jumping in on short notice today.
Yeah, I
as
had to do a lot
always.
of shit to satisfy your demands. I was out. I had to finish my workout, put all my bets in, get all the fucking outs, then track all this, then update people, then have dinner. Now I'm here. So I wish you good luck with your surgery. I hope your penis can be reduced safely. the tragic story of when Andrew Gombas couldn't get his penis reduced. Like in How I Met Your Mother. I know it's your favorite series.
That's a great show.
Don't remember that episode?
Yeah.
The Lorenzo von Matterhorn episode, like this episode that he pretends to be a millionaire.
He said he had EP syndrome, enormous.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining. See you next week. We got a really big card next week, so it should be a fun one. Thanks, guys. Let's go, Hidalgo.
Bye.